What is up, y'all? Capone Tony here, and welcome to another Ever Crisis video. So it is content update day in Ever Crisis. We got a few things to cover here in the notices. The big thing is the Red 13 limit break draw, which I'm going to dive into right here in a second. Very good. The Reawakened limit break draws. We have a part 2 to that now. I'll cover those really quickly. And then we got the critical threat Reawakened. It's like the gold tickets now you can earn for more rewards. And then we got Guild Battle 14 with the Dragon Quest big fat blue slime. Give you a quick kind of like setup and maybe a small little strategy, small little team maybe you can copy. Just only messed around with a couple mocks so far, and gonna have to dive more into that later. So anyway, let's go into the new banner. So let's check this out. So limit break banner for Red 13. Mr. Nanaki has finally gotten some love in this game. This has kind of been heavily rumored for a while now, or just heavily, people thought it was going to happen for a while because for the last few months we've typically had at least one limit break draw per character that hasn't gotten one yet. And Red 13 was like one of the few ones. I think him and Barrett are the only ones that haven't gotten limit break banners. And yeah, Red 13, he's finally here. So let's see if they hooked him up. So the costume, it's a random pirate costume. It's Red 13 as a pirate. I think it is amazing. Look, he's got knives back there. He's got the eye patch, the pirate hat with the feather. It looks amazing. It's Pirate Red 13. Like, what's not to love? So we go to the Pirate Navigator. He's got Reprieve. Automatically, Reprieve is just amazing to have on a costume. I've said this many times before. Reprieve is great for cheesing content. It's great for hard content, if you need that extra life. So yeah, Reprieve, one of the best R abilities in the game to have on a costume. And Sailor's Vision, he's got physical and magic defense up plus 20%. That alone is very good. And then when granting magic attack up, max potency tier plus 1. Only affects max tier. So yeah, similar costumes have had this kind of effect where I think it's like physical attack down or physical defense up, physical attack up as well. So this is the magic attack up version, so you can essentially push a 3 tiers up magic attack to 4 tiers up now. I think you can right. So if Sephiroth has 4 tiers up with his ultimate, will Red push him to 5 tiers? I'm not really sure. Yeah, correct. Let me know in the comments, because that would be a pretty good 1-2 combo, especially for Guild War. But yeah, let's go into the weapon now. So the Pirate Collar, very good weapon here. At OB0, we're getting Magic Heal is cast 42% of all allies. Magic attack is increased low to low. Doing this thing again. And then 70% HP or more. Lightning damage is increased. All allies, low to low as well. And then we're getting the ATB boost based on the HP percentage. So 40% HP or less at OB0, you're getting a +1 ATB gauge to the other 2 allies. And then you're getting a magic attack allies with buff debuff extension, which is just perfect for a support character like Red, support/healer. He's got magic attack boost, heal boost, and all Esuna. So this weapon is very similar to something like a Bahamut Rod for Aerith, but with even more going on with it. So yeah, this is pretty damn good. So at OB1, we're going to 50% heal. So OB0 to 1, that's a pretty significant boost to the heal stat. The magic attack and lightning damage is still the same, just a little bit better duration. And you're getting 50% now on the HP threshold for the ATB boost. 32 and 18 on the R abilities here. And then at OB6, where this weapon really shines, you're getting a magic attack or magic heal boost 54% now. And then you are getting magic attack mid to high on the AOE. So that's really good. And then you're getting lightning damage mid to high as well at 7% HP or more. And then now the threshold is 70% HP or less for that +1 ATB gauge. 40 and 30 on the R abilities. And then you're at magic attack. Yeah, again, all Esuna, really nice, because that's only 2 other weapons in the game have all Esuna, and you never know when you might need it. So another character having all Esuna is really good. And then at OB10, we are at 59% AOE heal, mid to high still on the magic attack and the lightning boost. And then you're at 90% now. So that is the main big improvement here, is you're getting a little bit extra duration on the buffs and debuffs, or no, just the buffs anyway, and then you're going to 90% on that threshold, which is pretty significant. So it's very, very easy to meet that threshold to give your other two characters extra ATB in the battle. And then 46 and 42 on the R abilities, and yeah, it's really, really good. So another thing to note here, it's 5 ATB, which is somewhat of a bummer if you look at it from this perspective of you're going to have to cast 5 ATB twice to get high potency on both of these buffs here. Kind of somewhat of a downer, but will you go, I think you'll go straight to very high on the MATK buff at least, because with his costume on, you'll get that MATK extra high, 4 tiers up. So 2 mid casts will get him to 4 tiers up the whole party when it comes to MATK high. That's really, really cool. And yeah, obviously this weapon is going to be very, very good for Guild War, especially if you have his ultimate weapon to combine with this to give the AOE exploit. So Red 13 is just insane for Guild Wars right now, especially this upcoming one. So yeah, if you're gonna want to be serious for Guild War, I'd say recommended OB6 on Red, which if you do have a lot of his weapon parts, very easy to get the OB6. I'm a day 1 player, well, not a day 1, like a week 3 player, and I've got like almost 1,000 red weapon parts, so I think I will go for OB10 on this. Guild War is like one of my favorite things about this game, so yeah, if I need to pull on something good for Guild War, I will do it for a good support setup like this. I think support setups like this, I think for light spender accounts, you get the most bang for buck out of your account. Generally, you want to push these like OB6 to get the most out of them based on the C ability. Of course, the R abilities will always be better at OB10, but I think the C ability actually does get a nice little improvement here at OB10 if you do push it. But at OB6, it's still very, very good because you're getting everything else is good. The heal is good, the mid to high on the MATK and lightning boost. So the R abilities are still really good at OB6. So, and the All Esuna, yeah, this weapon is stacked, dude. These weapons that have like so many different things going on with just one cast are just like insane nowadays. Well, technically it's 2 casts to get really the most out of it because to get the high potency, but still, this weapon's pretty damn insane. It's really, really good. If you're like a serious Red 13 player, you like Red 13, it's kind of hard to pass up, even with Anniversary in a couple weeks, which I kept saying in previous videos. But something like this, man, if you have the weapon parts to spare for Red, if you like have a bunch of them saved up like I do, I think this is hard to pass on something like this. If you're a serious Red 13 player, if you're like good with your mat, if you're good with your Aerith, then you could potentially skip, but support setups like this, I feel like you get more bang for buck. Like when you pull on an OB10 DPS, typically that DPS is only good for one element. When you pull on an OB10 support setup like this can be good for all magic setups, not just lightning, all magic setups. And yeah, more versatility in my opinion, with big heals. So and ATB boost and the All Esuna, so like it just does so much. It's so good. So I would say 1 copy could be okay if you just want the All Esuna with the heal and the ATB boost, but its 50% is kind of not that great on it. But in the low to low and all this is not that great either, so I don't know. I think OB6 is kind of where you want to be if you want to pull on this. OB1 is still usable, but OB6 I kind of recommend it. The Reprieve costume, you know, that's another tier. So you could go like 1 copy, you could go to the costume, or you go OB6. And if you're really, really loaded on parts like me, OB10 is very, very, you know, doable as well. And yeah, I probably might go for OB10 on this one. So yeah, I'm at like 90k crystals. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose a good 30 to 40k potentially. You know, it depends how the pulls go. But I think a setup like this for a support character / healer like Red, I think is very, very good. So yeah, that's what I think of the Red banner. You got until September 10th to decide if you want to pull on this or not. It will be very, very good for Guild War, I'm assuming. So because of that lightning boost, that magic attack up AOE boost. So yeah, I think he's going to be really good for Guild War. But the cool thing is September 10th, you can wait to see what we're getting for Anniversary potentially. So if you are, you know, hesitant about this anniversary starts on September 7th, I believe. So potentially we might know who all the characters are going to be in the anniversary, as well as at least the first banner. So there is that as well. So you can potentially wait just to see what other characters we're going to get for anniversary. But if you just, you know, you love Red 13, you want to do good in Guild War, which I love Guild War, so I'm going to pull on Red. And it's a great setup. It's a great support setup overall. So yeah, I am excited about Red. Wish list wise, for Guild War, potentially a Seaside Collar, maybe. You might need Diamond Sigil Break for the Silver Collar. The other weapon that really gets a benefit from his costume is the Brilliant Collar, because this goes also mid to high on the Magic Attack Up. So when you run his the Wind team, that costume will actually help this setup as well, this weapon. So really, really cool. AOE weapons might be good for Guild Wars, so something like Crystal Gloves for Tifa. A single DPS obviously is going to be really good, so this is the best single target weapon to wish list for DPS wise for Magic Lightning is the Crow Familiar for Vincent. And then again, AOE Magic Lightning, if you didn't pull on Sephiroth's Dragon Quest, this can be somewhat viable as well. This could also be a very good R ability stat stick for your main DPS, so you know, here's some ideas for wish lists and whatnot. But yeah, I really like this new Red 13 setup, and I am most likely going to pull. So yeah, what do y'all think of the Red 13 setup? I think it's really, really good. I'd say the only real downside is the 5 ATB to get, you know, 10 ATB essentially to get the most out of the buffs, right? It's going to take a little bit of time. But he's mainly going to be a buffer and debuffer anyway, so, you know, maybe not that big of a deal either, you know, looking at it that way. So yeah, Red 13 banner, really, really good. What do y'all think of it? Are y'all gonna pull? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, so we did also get a Reawakened, another one of these things. Old banners from 1 year anniversary and 1.5 year anniversary. I'll cover these like really quickly. Tifa, she's a very strong. So did y'all hear that? I think that means someone just subscribed to me. But anyway, Tifa here. She is our DPS. She's a Quake DPS, physical Quake. Very, very powerful. I did pull on this at OB10, but like I said many times when it comes to limited DPS setups, I like to go to OB10 or bust on these. I don't think these are really worth pulling at like OB1. But OB6 I think is still pretty strong because you're getting a AOE Magic or Quake boost with physical damage. But again, drives me crazy when limited weapons are stuck at OB6 because I feel like I'll never get them to OB10. But this is very, very strong. But you know, again, right before anniversary, hard to invest deep in something like this when Tifa is most likely going to be part of the second anniversary. So there is that as well. But again, just ignore everything I said. If you just want to pull for specific costumes and whatnot, that is up to you. Feel free to do that as well. So Tifa actually has 2 costumes here. When it comes to meta and whatnot, Bahamut suit is very dated in my opinion. I pretty much never use this costume for anything. When it comes to Tifa as a DPS, I either use her DPS specific, her element specific costumes or her New Year's costume. If you have her New Year's costume, I don't think this is necessary at all. But again, if you just love the aesthetic, which is really, really cool, I think, you know, go for it. The weapon, I never use the weapon, honestly. It's MATK AOE, which was really cool for the time. I think this is the first weapon to have MATK AOE, and it also had a haste proc too, which was pretty cool. The R abilities are why I use this weapon a lot in the back, because the MATK 46 and the magic ability potency 42. So from the R ability standpoint, really, really good, but non-elemental damage, meh. And yeah, MATK AOE, a lot of other characters do this in the game now, including, you know, Red 13, which I just showed off. So yeah, I think this is one of probably the weaker setups here out of these 4. Angeal, on paper, pretty good because he does have Reprieve, and he has the physical defense up max tier to, you know, +4 on physical defense. I think this was pretty good for a crash battle or 2. This was something I was like really contemplating on hard during the 1.5 year anniversary, and the weapon for me just like kind of didn't do it for me, because this Veil AOE is really cool, but you have to be 70% HP or less, which I did not really love that threshold at all. Was not a fan of it. Our abilities in the weapon are really good. Boost attack all allies with physical defense, good for him. Good for a stat stick on another character. Physical defense and magic defense on, you know, AOE is really cool too. So it's a good weapon. For me, though, it was very easily skippable as well, because Angeal has a ton of other buffs and debuffs weapons where I felt like this wasn't like super necessary. And, you know, 6 months has gone by and not pulled on this, and I don't think I really regret it that much. But still a decent setup overall. Aerith, I think probably one of the best setups here. Bahamut Robe I've used all, like, that's like her default for me, essentially. But if you have like a lot of other Aerith costumes, like her Crimson outfit, the New Year's one, her newest one, I think too, was it the Dragon Quest one, the HP All Allies one? I think that one's pretty decent. They all kind of have similar R abilities, where they have like defense with healing potency, defense with reprieve. I think, yeah, if you have Crimson already, I don't think you really need this. Boost attack all allies is why I like this costume, because it kind of just gives your DPS a little bit of extra damage, you know, low effort to do so, and just giving her extra defense and healing potency. So, you know, it's a really good costume. Default I use for her all the time, but if you have, you know, some of her other setups, I don't think it's necessary either. Bahamut Rod, honestly, really, really good weapon. Physical defense AOE with, you know, it's kind of similar to what I just showed for Red XIII, but instead Red XIII does magic attack up AOE and lightning up AOE. Aerith is doing physical defense AOE, only up to mid. But this weapon was amazing for its time. It still gets a lot of use nowadays because Aerith is used in a lot of parties, used for a lot of the hard content in the game. The Esuna All, very, very nice. So if you don't have this weapon, you know, it's not a bad idea to grab a copy, because because of the Esuna All, just because of physical defense up, AOE, magic heal, good R abilities. But also, if you pull on Red XIII, I don't think this is necessary, but if you do love Aerith, you do use her a lot, I think at least having a copy of Bahamut Rod is worth it. But again, it's hard to recommend going deep on any of these banners, again, because of Anniversary that's coming up, which should power creep a lot of this stuff. It's not going to power creep what Red XIII just got, because that's really, really good. It has, you know, multiple buffs, and it has multiple buffs. It has the Esuna All, it has the ATB gauge boost, it has the heal. It has a lot of shit going on. And these costumes, I mean, these setups are good, but you know, getting better stuff coming very, very soon. But yeah, it's there if you want it, and yeah, let me know if you're gonna pull on any of these things either. So yeah, that's gonna cover these banners, and let's go into the rest of the notices, rest of the content updates. So, oh yeah, we got a red crystal version of that too, so there's not really much to cover, I don't think. Guess I'll go back into that real quick. So yeah, the red crystal only version, again, if you're a light spender or free to play, you're not going to pull on this because it's very, very pricey. Similar to what they did with Tifa and Aerith, where they just reran a lot of her like old beach costumes. They're doing the same thing for like Cloud, Red XIII, Vincent. Yeah, Cloud, Red XIII, and Vincent. You can get their beach costumes if you want them. Again, these are very, very old, very dated. And you would only want these just for the aesthetic, essentially, which I don't think the aesthetics are great on any of these. I think the Red XIII one is pretty cool. But yeah, it's a Red XIII. I mean, it's a Red Crystal paid version of this, where all these characters will appear in this banner, but the advantage that this banner has is there are a lot more guaranteed copies. So yeah, if you want to blow a lot of red crystals, if you somehow didn't get a lot of these older weapons, and you have a lot of money to spend, then this is for you. But again, something that I personally would not recommend. But all right, next thing, critical threat reawakened. Rad over here. So let's go to Rad. So the crash battle already happened. The only new thing that was added here, if you go to the victory draw, is now we got the gold victory draw. So Same thing again. Farm the event, get your gold tickets. Oh, you can actually get some refined mithril in here. That's really nice. You get some refined mithril. You can get Vincent specific weapon parts. You can get more Barrett specific weapon parts. And yeah, really, really good. So I assume you're going to get 50 of each of those characters because you got 50 in the bronze tickets. So really cool. Refined mithril, you're getting 10 of these, I think. So yeah, absolutely farm this event. Very, very good stuff in here. So yeah, that's going to cover it for that. Is there any more first clear battles here? I didn't do the Crash 2 yet. Get to that eventually. Yeah, you can do a first clear here for the Red 8. It's probably going to be like a Red 9, and then there's probably going to be a daily maybe. Is there a new co-op? Yeah, new co-op battle as well. So yeah, get to farming this content. You're pretty sure you're, you know, swimming in stamina tonics right now, like I am, if you're more of a seasoned player. All right, so Guild Battle 14. So I did check this out real quick. I took a quick peek at it. Got the big fat blue slime here. And I put together a really quick team without Red 13. Like I said, I'm going to be pulling on Red 13, so this setup is going to change. At the moment, I would run like a support Aerith, so she can do lightning resist down with Terror Rod. She can do MATK up with magic defense down, but magic defense down will only affect the adds in this battle. This enemy is resistant to it. Oh, excuse me, just burped. But yeah, lightning resist AOE is good for Terror Rod. If you got her new weapon, AOE exploit. If you're not running a Red 13, you don't have the Red 13 ultimate, this could be really good. And then our ability weapons like boost attack all allies, boost magic attack all allies, boost attack all allies. Again, typical stuff. Or I didn't even really mess with the materia. But yeah, this battle here, the gimmick of it is that you want to kill these adds as quickly as possible to get to the sigil phase, and then you'll do the damage sigils. You got to max those out, break the sigil phase, do as much damage you can after you break the sigil phase, and then you have to kill the adds 3 more times, and then he gets heavily debuffed. So AOE Magic Lightning DPS is very, very good for this. So obviously Dragon Quest Sephiroth, if you pulled on him, is going to be very, very good for this Guild War. Potentially a single DPS might be good if you can just one-shot the adds one at a time. It's just going to take a little bit longer for you to get to those sigil phases into that ending phase. Maybe it might not even be enough time for you, depending on what stage you're hitting. So yeah, if a single DPS is viable, you could run something like a Vincent here. I don't have his costume, unfortunately, but I have OB10 on his core familiar weapon. I have you can run double stem E, magic attack with magic ability potency. I have his ultimate weapon, which is good, gives you extra ATB during the sigil phase. CC Alloy is a good R ability, like I said. Magic attack, lightning potency, Witch's Broom for attack and lightning potency. You could run Glenn's weapon 2, the Shockbuster, good R ability stat stick. Boost attack, magic ability potency from the Salt FGS. So with Vincent, he's got like what? Level 7 M attack, 6 boost attack, level 8 lightning potency, level 6 magic ability potency. He's in pretty good shape with 12,282 magic attack, and he has all magic attack stat stick materia. So 9%, 9%, and 5%. I could probably get a better one right there. And then I would switch his limit break to Judgment Bolt. I will go more into detail on this guild battle, like strategy-wise, once I dive more into it. But this is just based on what I've just looked at after like a quick 2 mocks. So Tifa, you could run her New Year's setup. You could run you can run her New Year's setup. You could run this setup. You can run Sephiroth, who also has MATK AOE. If you did not pull on his Dragon Quest weapon, you could run that this weapon, CC Alloy, because it has magic attack AOE. Yeah, so AOE might be good for this battle to kill those adds very quickly, just so you can get to the end phase where you can do as much damage as possible. Get to the sigil phase where you can do much damage as possible. So AOE might be important, it might not be important. You just gotta mock it and see whatnot. But by running like a double DPS like this, you can have Aerith give exploit AOE. You don't have to worry about magic defense down. You don't have to worry about enfeeble because the enemy's resistant to it. So there is that. For now, I did give Tifa MATK AOE, which which is funny because I said this weapon doesn't get much use anymore, but you could run something like this. She could be the one that does it, but kind of not recommended because you don't want your DPS to be doing this. But it's a possibility though. She'll boost her MATK and Vincent's MATK while Aerith here takes care of the lightning resist down and exploit. So a potential team here. What is Tifa in the back running? Hugin and Moonin, magic attack, magic ability potency. Thunderbird, magic attack, lightning potency. Electro Cannon, magic attack, magic ability potency. So Tifa, she's in pretty good shape too. Level 7 magic attack, level 7 lightning potency. Arcanum costume, level 7 magic ability potency. Level 3 ability potency, attack boost. So, a decent setup and whatnot. You could, if you're on a budget, you don't have the new Sephiroth. Yeah, the new Sephiroth is just really, really good for this Guild War because of the AOE damage that he's able to do. He's probably going to be able to clear those adds very, very fast, especially for the higher stages. If you're, I think if you're like, I did almost 100% of stage 3 with a jank run with this jank setup here. So there is that. I assume this could at least 100% stage 3, no problem. And then once I, pull on Red 13, then that's going to add a lot more versatility and team building to these setups. So yeah, the buff is what? Cloud and... Yeah, it's Cloud and Glenn weapons. So Cloud and Glenn is the meme that Glenn is Cloud's father. And the costumes, I don't have many of the costumes, unfortunately, but they are there. Got a few of them. And yeah, all the weapons are OB10 at least. So 74 buff is not too bad for a light spender account. But yeah, I 100%ed stage 1, which is auto battle with this team. Stage 3, I think I got like 80 something percent with, not really trying that hard. So I feel good about stage 3 at least with this setup. But with Red 13, I think it's going to be much, much better because you're going to get lightning damage boost. And if you have Red 13's ultimate, you're going to have lightning damage boost. You're going to have MATK up. You're going to have exploit. You are going to be kicking ass with Red 13. So yeah, he's going to be really good for Guild War. And since Diamond Sigil might be needed for the higher stages, you might need to run Silver Collar in the offhand for Red 13. Another thing to worry about if you're going to be hitting like stage 6, stage 5 and whatnot. All right, I think that kind of covers it for this Guild War. Quick little overview. I will have try to get out a video covering this more. Give you a couple of mocks, give you some more team alternatives that you can run. There's going to be, a lot of variety because there are many lightning damage, lightning debuffers, magic attack up AOE characters, but typically your DPS is probably going to be between like Tifa, Vincent, and Sephiroth, in my opinion. And depends on if you run their single target setups or if you run their AOE setups too. If you, depends what you got. All right, I think that's going to cover it for this Ever Crisis video. Let's check real quick. One last check at the notices. I think we're good to go. So yeah, are y'all gonna pull in the Red 13 setup? Are y'all gonna be safe for anniversary? Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, if y'all enjoy my Ever Crisis content, please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. Later.